Thank you so much, guys. And based from the chat box, I think we have a lot of first-time joiners. So welcome. Again, my name is Joanna, and I will be your host for tonight. And our webinar is all about your guide to virtual assistants excellence. I know that there's no such thing as excellence or like perfect, but we aim to really strive to be the best version of ourselves, especially when it comes to working and in the professional field or industry. So we will jumpstart your VA career, your virtual assistant's career. This is perfect for those who are looking for other careers aside from what they are currently doing right now. This is also perfect for those who are um, moms, or those who have kids and they would just want to work at home and at the same time be with their family. And this is also perfect for those who want to learn other skills aside from what they know. So welcome again. And can I get a thumbs up before we proceed to our webinar agenda for tonight? Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. We have 53 participants. And hopefully, before we end later on, our target would at least be 100. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. So we have a lot of topics that we can really learn for tonight. So we are also be covering how to start your virtual assistant's career. We will also be introducing AI. Okay, so if any one of you who doesn't know what is AI, guys, what is AI? If in case, maybe some of you knows what AI is, it's okay if you don't know. But AI means artificial intelligence. Yes, everyone, you're correct. Thank you so much for responding. So yes, artificial intelligence. So later on, we will be introducing AI and also how to properly use AI. Okay, because as we all know that the advancements in technologies nowadays is also a little bit dangerous when it comes to using it incorrectly. So we will also tackle how to really use AI in the most efficient way. Portfolio preparation. Sample works for basic niches. Later on, we will also be sending a portfolio web template, but we'll tackle first how to prepare your portfolios before we send them. And then sample works for basic niches, because some of you have been asking me like, what are the tasks when it comes to social media management? What do you do in administrative tasks? So we will reviewing them. We will be reviewing them one by one. Helpful beginner tips. How to become an effective VA, what is copywriting, interview tips, application process, and also we'll be spending at least 5 minutes by the end of this webinar to answer some of your questions. So are you ready, guys? Okay, so when you hear the word virtual assistant, what comes into your mind? Like, what do you imagine when you hear the word virtual assistant? Again, guys, there's no wrong answer. Virtual secretary, okay, we have lots of answers. Thank you. Admin support, online secretary. Okay, good job. So all of your answers are correct. Yes, basically it's correct. You are a secretary. You are someone who's helping a client. But the only difference with all of that is that you work remotely. You work at home. You work using your laptop, your internet, your equipment, and you are not working in a physical office. Okay, yeah, next slide, please. Thank you so much. All right, so here are the perks that we can get when you start working from home. First is, of course, here in the Philippines, commuting is a really, really hassle thing to do. Okay, you get to wake up 2 to 3 hours before your shift, and that's just basically for commuting itself. Okay, and then that's just from home to office. And then office to home would take another 2 hours. That depends on the location where you're in. Aside from that, yes, Rowena, true. And aside from that, you're already tired from commuting, and then you will also need to spend fare. Okay, in Tagalog, pamasahe. So You still need to allot that in your budget, and also your lunches, because of course you need to eat at work. Next is work and life balance. I know this is too good to be true, because even for us, we are working from home, get tired as well. We get exhausted, especially that it's not really like our sleeping period in the morning. But I can say that it's a work and life balance, because you can actually bring your laptop anywhere as long as you have stable internet, as long as you can do your job on the specific time that your client or the agency asks you to do. Then I think that is work and life balance. You can go through vacations, you can actually um you can still attend to your children's meetings or presentations in schools, and that doesn't really matter because you're not exhausted from commuting. So for me, I can say that that is a work and life balance, because you're not really pressured to go to work in a physical office, and it's just really nice to work at home because you can eat home cooked meals, and it's just really time consuming to go outside. Next is it's work from home. Yes, just like what I've told earlier, that work and life balance also includes work from home. Aside from that, one of the perks in working at home is also you can save money. Again, guys, I'm just giving you the reality of these perks, because there are times that also we're not really saving a lot of money because we also have expenses, this and that. But think of it, because if you're working in a physical office, again, that's the fare, and then your food, and sometimes it's difficult to say no when it comes to your workmates, like for example, it's lunch, like, come on, let's go outside and let's eat outside. So if you're someone who's easily distracted when it comes to invitations like that, then you're gonna be forcing yourself to really spend um an amount of money that you're supposed to be saving. Again, I am not saying that you stop yourself from getting what you want or treating yourself, but you know what I mean. If you're in the office, it's just difficult to say no. Sometimes it really takes a lot of discipline and commitment when it comes to saving money, but you would really save a lot of money, because when you're working at home, once you cook let's say food for in the morning, you can actually eat that food up until in the evening, and you don't need to worry about your OOTDs, because you can just work in pajamas, oversized shirts and shorts, as long as you stay professional in your work. Next is work anywhere. Yes, coffee shops, hotels, beaches, tourist attractions. As long as there's internet, you're good to go. And lastly, it's comfortable and cozy. That is correct. You get to sleep right after your shift. You don't need to worry about commuting from work to office. You just need to turn off your computer and then sleep all the way up until in the afternoon, or whatever pleases you. Okay. So next slide, please. Thank you. So we will be helping you how to use AI correctly or efficiently. And with that being said, artificial intelligence is a field of computer, and it's a computer science, or basically it's, I don't know, it's a code in the computer that focuses on creating systems which is going to be easier for virtual assistants, not only for virtual assistant, for students, for business, for anything. It's somehow an advantage, but if you're not going to be using it properly, then it would sometimes lead to destruction, and it's really dangerous. So, what are the uses of artificial intelligence? So, first is machine learning. So, machine learning algorithms use data to recognize patterns and make predictions. So, you can actually ask AI to give you picture of a dog eating a candy. You can also ask AI to to change like your picture and then change the face into a celebrity. You can actually ask AI to give you a 3-paragraph essay in Tagalog, in English, in Spanish, in French, or whatever it is. So that's what's good about AI. It's because it's a very efficient and it would save a lot of time. But again, guys, how to use it properly is you still need to proofread it. Okay? For example, if you search something in I think it's also good to rephrase it in your own words. I think you can also just use AIs for ideas, for captions, but I think it's also nice to put a little bit of yourself into it. That's by rephrasing it, and that's the same time proofreading it, make sure if the grammar is correct. We just really want to make sure, we want to make sure that the information is correct, the date, the time, and whatsoever. So that's how you use machine learning and AI correctly. Next is also computer vision. So computer vision involves teaching computers to interpret and understand the visual world. So for example, we can also ask AI to interpret a certain picture. We can also send AI a voice recording, and AI will actually translate it into different languages. Aside from that, AI can make it a written. AI can transform audios to written, or sometimes written to audios, or sometimes visual, and then you can ask for a written and an audio at the same time. So that's really scary, right? Because they can also recognize your face. They can recognize the activities that you do in your computer. They can also recognize like your history, your previous searches. And that's the reason why sometimes when you scroll in Facebook, you know, it's also a part of AI. That's what we call algorithm. So sometimes, for example, if let's say you're craving for pizza, and then all of a sudden when you scroll your Facebook, there's a lot of suggestions about pizza stores or videos about pizza. So it's really scary. For me, it's really scary because it's very it's very wide, it's very vast, and sometimes they can really predict your next decisions. So yes, how to use it properly is to make sure that you are putting limitations as well on the requests that you're asking AI to do. Also, one thing about AI is expert systems. So expert systems are AI programs that mimic the decision-making ability of a human expert in a specific domain. So they are built using rules and knowledge derived from experts in the field. Okay, so for example, you can ask like, how do you operate on someone who has a brain tumor? And then AI will give you the exact specific steps on how to do it. I know it's crazy. Or sometimes, how can you treat this? And then AI will give recommendations of medicines, recommendations of tools, and websites and links. And basically, they can train you to be a doctor. I'm not saying this in a very overreacting way, but somehow you learn things about what a doctor do or does when it comes to just asking AI about it. So they can also provide decisions. For example, if you're really having time to choose, you can ask, "Hello AI, I just need some assistance because I have two pictures here with me, and I want to submit a certain project to my client. Which one of this do you think would pass the test when it comes to efficiency, cleanliness, or originality or whatsoever?" So the AI will choose it for you, and sometimes um, they would even edit it or revise it, you know, for you. So how to use expert systems correctly is make sure that you are very wise and knowledgeable about the questions that you're going to be asking. And if in case AI answers it, make sure that you use those answers in the correct field or platform. Make sure not to use it in incorrect or wrongdoings. You know what I mean? Because sometimes um, we some people tend to provide incorrect information, or like uh, they can also give um, false information, and it really confuses a lot of people. So hopefully you've learned a lot when it comes to our AI. That is just the introduction, guys, but AI is just very vast. So if you can research it on your own, please do, because it's what they call this. It's also a basic life skill if you know how to use AI, because it's just very efficient to use. Just use it correctly. Okay. Next is we'll proceed to preparation of your portfolio. So I know a lot of you are asking about what portfolio is and what is the difference when it comes to resume. So portfolio and resume is completely different, but portfolio is recommended for those virtual assistants who have experiences when it comes to video editing, graphic designing, social media management. So portfolio is basically where you showcase your outputs or your recent projects. Okay. So to start your portfolio, first you need an introduction. That is by, of course, introducing yourself. Guys, it's not common anymore wherein you use or wherein you include like the date of birth, like the nationality, the religion, the height, the weight. Guys, that is for resume, and sometimes resume doesn't even contain those information anymore. So when it comes to portfolio, it's just straight to the point. Just present what you need to present and just showcase the talents and skills that you have. So that also includes backgrounds, your previous work experiences, and that would lead us to the services offered. So for the services offered, this is where you provide them what skills that you have. So for example, the skills that you have is email management, scheduling, customer support, or graphic design. You include that as well so that your client or the agency knows that you don't only have one skill, but you are versatile when it comes to other skill sets as well. Also, it's important for you to include certifications. So there are webinars, there are meetings, there are trainings that have certificates. So make sure to always, always, always take advantage of that, because you can include that in your portfolio. It's good for a portfolio because that means that you really spend time, you really spend financially, and you really made an effort to learn and to join these kinds of trainings. It's also good for your clients to see that, because they know that you really did your best and you are really hardworking when it comes to learning different skills. And lastly, again, always remember, guys, to keep it updated. Okay. Not really in a very overreacting way to keep it updated, like almost every week you update it. No, guys. When I say updated, if you have recent trainings, then add your certificate. Or if in case you have like let's say 10 graphic designs that you've made, at least include 2 to 3 of the best ones that you have. Okay, because sometimes it's just it looks very crowded if you put everything. Make sure to highlight your best ones, and then just include the rest of the projects. But for me, I don't like to really display it all. I want the clients to feel like they want to see more of my work, because if you display it all, what's what I expecting next from you? So I think it's just your strategy, and it's in your own calling, whatever your portfolio looks like. By the end of this webinar, we will be providing a portfolio template. So please stay up until the end of this webinar, guys. Thank you. So next is we'll proceed to sample works for basic niches, which most of you are really asking for. Can I get a thumbs up before we proceed, just for me to make sure that you are still alive and listening? Good job. Thank you so much, guys. All right, so we'll proceed to administrative support. Who here has experience when it comes to administrative support? I think some of you experience with administrative support? I think not everyone has experience when it comes to administrative support. I think the most experience that we really have is BPO, because I think that's really the most common, like job here in the Philippines. It's call centers. So in administrative support, these are the things that you usually do. First is you manage emails. Managing emails means that you sort it from the most important to the least one. And you also review the emails of your clients and arrange them to the most priority, to the least one. Next is you will also be doing data entry. That is by basically typing all the data necessary for your client and for the business. Prepare reports. It's your responsibility to prepare reports as well. By saying preparing reports, that means that you prepare analytics and the reports from previous months. And of course, it's related to scheduling meetings because it's your responsibility to create meetings, Zoom meetings, Google Meet meetings for your clients and for their prospect clients as well. Next is organized documents. So that is why, or that is that's one of the reasons why if we are looking for an administrative support or administrative VA, we want to make sure that they are someone who's neat and clean and basically organized, because we don't want someone who always crams, who always rushes things, because as a person you have to organize these documents in advance so that it's going to be easier for you as well to present and to enter data. Also, that includes handling calendar. This is also related to scheduling meetings. Okay. Now we'll proceed to social media management. Can you guys give me examples of social media management or social media platforms rather? Sorry. Okay. Yes, your answers are correct. Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok. And since you mentioned those social media platforms, guys, later on, please follow our social media platforms so that you'll stay updated to other webinars that we will be holding soon. Anyways, as a social media manager, here are the things that you have to do. First is to schedule posts. Okay? As a social media manager, we do not post like every day, one by one every day, something like that. Okay? So, as a social media manager, it's your responsibility to schedule posts in advance. Aside from that, it's your responsibility to monitor analytics. Analytics means like how many likes have you got, how many views have you got, how many comments and shares have you got. It's your responsibility to monitor them at least weekly so that you'll receive the results by the end of the month. Next is to also research contents. Okay, so when researching contents, that also includes what do you call this, competitor research, and also other lines of businesses that would be very helpful for your content. Okay, next is graphic design. Okay, I think we have one question. Just to monitor, not to boost them. Well, that depends, Joseph, because sometimes most businesses doesn't really have like the funds or budget to boost posts, because it's also expensive to boost posts, and it only includes a little bit, or it involves a little amount of time only to boost posts. So it's also a risk financially, because that doesn't mean that if you boost a post that you'll get the result that you want to. So sometimes it's also nice to just monitor these kinds of analytics and metrics, because it's going to be useful for you as well, because in monitoring analytics you'll also know what time does your platform gets a lot of viewers, a lot of likes. So you schedule it on that specific day. But sometimes if it's just really not working, then maybe you can also like accept help, like these kinds of boosts or paid platforms. Okay, but not all the time. We do not really recommend boosts because it's not um really cost efficient, especially if you're budgeting when it comes to business. So it's nice to promote it in a natural way. Okay, so next is organize documents. That's also one of your responsibilities. Okay, because you get to really organize files, contents, scripts, meetings, and everything. And lastly, handle calendar. That's also your responsibility because you need to monitor your calendar in the specific videos or contents that you're going to be posting. So for example, you have an amazing content. You might want to post that during weekdays or weekends. That depends on your strategy as a social media manager or with your clients. Okay? Thank you so much, guys. Lastly is customer service. So this is also one of the basic niches in the virtual assistance industry because in the real estate, we have what we call cold calling. So it's important because you get to speak with clients. I think this is also difficult because you need to speak with them directly. And as we all know that English is not really our native language, so it's also difficult to um like interact with them, especially if you're not really that fluent and if you don't really have a lot of confidence when it comes to speaking in English. But again, guys, that can be practiced over time, and that includes hard work as well and motivation to really learn on your own. So what do we do as customer service, appointment setter, or cold calling? First is we reply to chats. That also includes social media management, because sometimes as a customer service, you need to reply to DMs or messages or tweets. So that includes. Next is also entertain calls. So you need to entertain calls that is, answering their inquiries, also replying to their um, tickets, for when they call you, like, hello, this is Joanna, how can I help you today? You need to address their concern, you need to empathize, and you also need to provide resolution by the end of the call. Next is send emails. So you need to send emails, and this is also not easy, guys, because sending emails would take a lot of professionalism, especially on how you construct your emails. So we can also ask AI sometimes for templates, but again, it's much better for us to really practice on how to create emails personally. Okay, next is orders and refunds, especially in the line of business. So orders and refunds includes businesses, products, or whatever the client sells. Because sometimes, for example, if it's defective, if sometimes it has an incorrect color, you provided an incorrect size, and it was not delivered on time, then as a customer service, it's your responsibility to answer and process those orders and refunds. Next is sales and reports. Okay, you need to provide these reports as well. How many calls have you made? How many sales have you gotten? How many appointments have you booked? How many meetings have you able to schedule? And it's a responsibility to maintain a certain goal every week or every day just for the business to stay active and for you to gain more customers in the long run. And lastly, I think this is also the most difficult part. This is customer reviews. So this is where we receive negative feedbacks, negative opinions, and negative answers from the consumers. And again, as a customer service, we need to handle this professionally. Okay? So hopefully you learned a lot of things when it comes to the three basic niches that we have. administrative support, social media management, and customer service. Okay. Next is we'll proceed to understanding or helpful beginner tips as a virtual assistant. Okay, so as a virtual assistant, one helpful beginner tip is for you to understand your skills and interests. Okay, before you become an effective virtual assistant, you need to understand your skills and interests. Is this something that I really want to do? Is this my strength? Do I enjoy doing this? Do I love what I'm doing? Okay, determine and ask yourself, because if you're not happy with what you're doing, you're gonna be burned out and tired in the long run. So it's important for you to really take note of that personally, because you are responsible for your own professional progress. Okay. If you think that you're not still out of your comfort zone, then maybe the decision is in your hands. Next is also for you to set clear goals. By setting clear goals, you want to make sure that you achieve something by the end of this day, by the end of the week, by the end of the month, or by the end of the year. Setting clear goals is also good because you have something that you can look forward to. Yes, that is correct from Daryl. If you love what you do, surely success will go after you. Okay, because I think a lot of people who became successful in life really love what they do. Sometimes their business is what they love to do, it's their hobby, and it's just really their passion. So define and identify your short-term and long-term goals, because it will keep you motivated. And it's just nice to have a little bit of a checklist on your computer, wherein you check something if you achieve that. For example, I was able to make 300 calls today, then you can check that. I was able to book 5 appointments today, check that. I was able to create a graphic design without no template, then you can check that. At least these are kinds of goals that will keep you motivated in the long run. Also, aside from setting your clear goals, it's nice for you to invest in education and training. As we all know, that sometimes it's important for you to really attend webinars like this, trainings, and meetings, because you will not only learn from that specific skills, but you also get to listen other opinions and other learnings from other people as well. It's nice to take courses and programs to enhance your skills, and also to listen to other people's point of view. Okay. Also practice time management. I think this is also one of the most challenging thing, because here in the Philippines, as we all know, pressure is really no joke. So aside from working, you also have to be, some of us needs to be the breadwinner of the family. Some of us have kids. Some of us have senior parents to attend to. So sometimes there are like scenarios wherein we sometimes don't have any time for what we really love, for what our passion is, because we kind of need to focus working first because we need money. So I think it's important for us to practice time management, create daily schedule. And personally, I want to admit it that this is my weakness, because it's just really difficult. There are times that I just really want to sleep all day, but there are a lot of pending chores around. But sometimes, I think it's important to feel that you're not okay in some days, and sometimes it's also nice to accept that you're not 100% motivated and 100% not productive at some point or at some days. So it's nice to create to-do lists, like I will be doing this weekend. I will be spending time with my family. I will go out by myself and just have a coffee break. So, those kinds of things is for me, it's a big deal. And lastly, establish an effective communication. Okay. So for you to have an effective communication, first is you need to enhance your English communication skills. And in that way, once you're already practiced and you're well versed enough in speaking in English, then you can already maintain open and clear communication with your clients. If there's something that you're not comfortable about, then you can speak with your clients about that. Ask questions. There's nothing wrong, and it won't hurt you to ask questions. And sometimes it would also help if you ask for help. Okay. So hopefully you learned a lot from our helpful beginner tips. Okay. Before we proceed to our available positions, kindly give me a thumbs up so that I know that everyone is still awake and alive and listening. All right, thank you so much, guys. So first in our list, we have three positions available. We have General Virtual Assistant, which is our GVA position. This is a non-voice position. This is $3 per hour. And again, the only requirements that we need here is at least 6 months experience in admin related tasks. Okay, this is a 5 days training with $70 allowance. For those who are asking if our trainings are paid, then yes, you will receive training allowance for it. The example roles and responsibilities would be database entry, database management, data entry, social media management, blog writing, and everything that is non-voice. Okay, so if you guys need some time to screenshot or take a picture of this position, please do. I will give at least 5 seconds. All right, let us proceed to the next position. That is what we call the ISA, or what we call the Inside Sales Associate. This is $4 per hour. This is a voice position. So this is perfect for those who are or who have experiences in BPO or call center. So the roles and responsibilities would be outbound cold calling, appointment setting, lead generation, concierge services, database management, and customer service. And that is the reason why we require BPO or call center experience, because at least you already have an experience when it comes to speaking with customers. This is 5 days training, but the training allowance would be $80. I'll be giving 5 seconds for you to screenshot this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you so much. Let us proceed to the last position that we have here in Virtudesk. That is our EVA position. So compared to those two positions that we tackled earlier, this one is a combination of voice and non-voice tasks. So yes, it is a blended position. This is $5 per hour. All the positions, guys, that I've mentioned earlier is full-time, 8 hours per day, 40 hours per week. The roles and responsibilities is also the same with the roles and responsibilities in ISA and GVE. The training for this is 10 days and the training allowance is $90. And some of you guys are asking if this what do you call this? Like roles and responsibilities is all that you have to do. No, guys, that depends on your clients. Sometimes they would only ask you to do 2 to 3 out of those responsibilities, and it's not every day. So here at Virtudesk, it's not really tiring and it's not really exhausting, because your client will only require you to do what you need to do or what is important for the business. Okay. So what are the requirements needed or the documents needed here at Virtudesk? First is a valid ID, NBI, national ID, or any IDs as long as it's government and valid ID, COE, character references. This can be your supervisors, managers, or previous HR department. And also proof of separation, which means that you're not employed in any other companies or any other agencies. All right, so what incentives do we have? We have training allowances. We have HMO. Our HMO is MaxiCare, and we also have dental checkups or dental benefits along with our HMO. We have paid and sick leaves, and we also have performance-based incentives, and we also have annual all expense paid. But again, guys, it's an incentive, so sometimes that depends on your performance. Okay, HMO, it's not gonna be day one, but it's gonna be on your regularization, 6 months with a client. Okay, let's discuss the frequently asked questions. Again, we only hire Filipinos currently residing in the Philippines. That is due to the requirements that you need to submit, which can only be requested here in the Philippines. The duration of when you'll get hired would depend on your performance during your client interview. Again, we only offer full-time positions. And VAs can have multiple clients, but not clients from any other agencies or companies. Multiple clients here in Virtudesk. But again, that depends on your performance if we see a potential in you. Weekends off, that is permanent, Saturdays and Sundays. And also, we have 12 paid vacation leaves. So you'll earn one leave credit every month. 5 paid sick leaves, and all incentives are client-based. The only company-based is the all-expense paid travels. And HMO dental checkups is after 6 months with a client. Graveyard, yes, because our clients are located in the US. So basically, we need to adjust to their times. All right, so I guess that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much. We can entertain questions now if you want to. And again, we would just like to promote our social media platforms, okay? I know that you will be thanking me for this webinar, and you're very much welcome to that because we are really eager to help aspiring virtual assistants. But of course, as a form of a thank you, guys, it would really mean a lot if you will follow our social media platforms, especially TikTok, because I currently handle TikTok here at Virtudesk. Nico handles our Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And our team Ralph is handling our YouTube channel. So guys, please comment in any of our videos in TikTok and just comment thank you for the webinar. And then comment done if you followed our LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. And comment subscribed if you subscribed to our YouTube channel. We also have a webinar template, guys. So if you want the webinar template, please visit our TikTok page. And also you can comment in any of our Facebook platforms. Comment your email so that we can send you the portfolio template. Okay, I'm seeing followers. Thank you so much. Guys, comment, subscribe if you have already subscribed to our YouTube. Guys, again, if you want the portfolio template, comment in any of our social media platforms your email so that we can send you. Wow, I'm receiving a lot of followers. Who here wants to? Okay, we have lots of subscriptions. Subscribe. Freemium template. Yes, the template is free, guys. Okay, it's for free. And next time we'll also be giving or providing free resume template. Okay, again, guys, thank you so much for subscribing. I am receiving a lot of follows in TikTok and also subscriptions. And also, I would like to remind you that we're not entertaining DMs in TikTok, guys. If you have questions or whatsoever, comment it on one of our videos because there's a lot of messages in TikTok, so we cannot really monitor all of them. Who's this? Joseph Mark Maliwa. Thanks, cool. Thanks. I hope I will be hired. Of course, you will be hired. So we will be ending this live by around 56, guys. Okay, no problem, guys. So if in case you're not really comfortable, if you don't have like a professional or work email, if it's your personal email, you can directly contact our Facebook or Instagram so that we can send you the portfolio. Okay, 1 more minute left, guys. Again, we will be waiting for your messages and emails. Again, thank you for following our social media platforms. And also, I forgot to acknowledge those who are watching in our Facebook. We reached, I think, 50 viewers for tonight. So let's give a clap emoji for that and the heart. So we still have remaining 54 participants, guys. We are expecting at least 54 engagements in our social media platforms, and that's what we will be accepting as our thank you for tonight. So I think that's all. Just for cautionary purposes, we do not ask for money, and if you are seeing some of our videos, contents in some of the social media platforms, please let us know, okay? Because they are really grabbing some of our videos. Sorry. So the time for the webinar replay next week would be graveyard shift as well. But just stand by on our Facebook page, because we will be posting the schedule for that. It's okay, Mary Rose. So we do have the replay next week. So hopefully you can attend. So that's all. I think I'm taking too much of your time. So thank you so much, guys. Again, we'll still be waiting for some of the emails. So hopefully you've learned a lot. If you have questions, let us know. Again, in TikTok, guys, I don't entertain DMs, only comments. So thank you so much, guys. Have a great weekend and happy Friday. Bye for now.